Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
But tell me, Eddie, is that a rabbit in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
What?
Oh my god! Oh my god, that was close. Mara! Oh no! What is that?
Oh my god, are you okay?
Mara, what channel is the stream on?
Mine!
You rampant slag.
Steph had to step away from her computer and she forgot to turn her camera off. So you got a little chair stream on Steph's end. But welcome, everyone. It is another rendition of Talk Nerdy to Us. We have a few things to go over. I have an article about the new Lego Batman game that actually probably was one of the best things about Gamescom last week. I'm thinking about getting it, and it'll be my first ever PC Lego game, pretty much. Then you have the Smallville creators, and I used to watch Smallville. I didn't watch like the last few seasons or so, but I used to watch Smallville, and there it is. And the creators of Smallville have come out and backed James Gunn's claim that Superman is an immigrant, which makes absolutely no sense because Superman came to Earth as an infant. Like, he had no choice in the matter whatsoever. It wasn't even exactly entirely set for him to come to Earth. It was just to find a planet that mimicked basically the atmosphere of Krypton, basically. So it happened to be Earth. From what I remember, I was never really that big of a Superman fan. But like at best, he's a refugee, pretty much, and he wouldn't have immigrant status. But they're backing him in that regard. I don't know if anybody cares necessarily about the MCU or the Avengers Doomsday movie. Apparently, there's a rumor going around that a couple big actors have got into a fight on set of Avengers Doomsday. So kind of talk about that. Then I have I don't know if anybody saw Weapons, basically, but the Weapons director has come out and talked about the Resident Evil movie that he's doing. If anybody's looking forward to that. And said that it's going to basically respect the lore. There's established lore in the games, but it's not going to focus on characters that anyone knows. So if you're expecting Chris Redfield, or his sister, Leon, Ada Wong, Jill Valentine, if you're expecting any of them, really, he says it's basically be outside of the established characters. So it's going to be following an entirely new set of characters, but still within the rules of the world set forth by the Resident Evil games. Then, speculation was going around about first news broke that Glenn Powell had been eyed to play James Bond. Now Austin Butler's come out and said that he's was approached to play James Bond, and he actually stated in an interview that he thinks it's sacrilegious. It would have been sacrilegious for him to play James Bond, and that a UK actor says a UK actor should be tapped to play James Bond, not an American one. So we'll talk about that a little bit and a couple other things, for Disney, and Matt Rife is back in the news somewhat again. But before I say hello to the chat, Steph, hello. You're muted.
Hello. I don't think they weren't tapped. They were just asked by interviewers if they would be.
Well, I'm saying it's saying basically he came out and said, it'd be sacrilegious basically. So it's
yeah. A couple of guys, a couple of actors, which is nice to hear. Let's go, Henry Cavill. What's up? I'm still. We just got done playing Peak. I made it to the top. I got a new hat, but I didn't get a new uniform because I died 3 times.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was kind of lurking in the chat, and I saw it gives that progress reports.
Did you see my
3 points? Yeah, at least 3 points. It was just your little Peak figure.
Yeah.
Or face 3 times.
Yeah, 3 times. But you know what? I made it all the way to the end. We finished Peak. Second time for Disparu, but my first time, which was cool. I'm still waiting for him to turn to a chicken. I'm not even gonna lie. I still have the game open, because I'm waiting for him to turn into a chicken. When he turns into a chicken, I'm gonna see if I can share my screen and show you.
All right. Yeah, because I jumped off basically, like, it's like when he was saying that, so I could like get make sure that I had everything set up on the other monitor. But welcome everyone.
Yeah.
Welcome. I'm going to.
What is that noise?
Actually, that's my text tone.
Mars
If
phone's
anybody who's
going off.
Anybody who's played Halo knows that is the shields.
Mars phone's going off.
Yeah,
Tell your
my phone
boyfriend
is
to stop texting you.
No, it's my sibling. It's my siblings. Why is it not letting me pin message? Thank you. So I'm going like full disclosure. Whatever I earn on PayPal, hopefully before like mid next month, I am going to buy a cosplay / costume for Halloween. Basically, what I'm going to dress as for Halloween.
What are you going to dress as for Halloween?
I'm not going to say. I'll put it in the private chat. Basically,
Okay.
I'll put it in the private chats. But full disclosure, now if the 10% thing is still good, it's a little over $100. But considering what all you get, it's actually a decent price. It's not exact if you're expecting sexy, it's not exactly sexy. But the character itself makes the outfit sexy, and I like the character. So I'm going to send the link to Steph so she can see what I'm looking at. And full disclosure, it's a little over $100. It's a little over $100, but everything you get, and Steph can confirm this if you look at the link, it's not a bad deal. It's not a bad deal, and it's like free shipping. So see your expression, chat. See your expression. See your expression. So if you don't trust me, at least trust
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, she's if you watch, I don't want to say what to watch because that'll give clue people.
Well, I know what to watch because I see.
Yeah, but if you watch it, it's like you basically it's not so much the outfit, it's the character. So it's like,
ooh,
yeah. So I like her. I like the character.
Is it because she steps on people? Does she step on people?
She has that person. She kind of has that personality.
She has that personality. Mara has that personality. She will step on you.
Oh yeah, but PayPal super chats, ladies and gentlemen, so I can afford to get this, or at least put my money towards it. And trust, again, if you don't trust me, at least trust Steph because she's looking at it and she's going,
Mara will step on you. She'll put the camera down on the floor. And she'll
I will dress
barefoot.
I will dress as the character and do a reel of myself dressed as the character and post it on Instagram, basically. So I'll do that after Halloween. After Halloween, because I don't want to wear it and do anything beforehand and reveal what it is. So
yes, Anthony, barefoot. I promise the worst things.
Yes, you do promise the worst things, but hey. PayPal, the link is there. You know what? Fuck it. If I get more than enough to pay for it, like I said, full disclosure, it's a little over $100. But everything you get, it's worth it. I will post a picture of myself wearing it, but I'll be barefoot. All right. You don't want to know, JB, that what you walked into. Steph kind of pimps me out half the time.
I do. It's so bad.
Yes. I said barefoot. So I was like, I'll post a picture of myself wearing the costume / cosplay barefoot. Anyway, but welcome everyone. Hello, Trey. Good to see you. Anthony, what is up? Phil, good to see you.
Son of a bitch.
Last toxic male. I am not going to read this because I'm not going to have this clipped, but I would say it tastes better. Just my personal opinion. Hey, Psychotic Mongoose. Yes, you rated my channel. Good to see you all. Capanova, what is up? Last toxic male for $2. Thank you so much. Remember, Steph, he's got to taste those juices.
Mara!
Okay, share. Did he turn into a chicken? I'll get to the chat. I'll get to the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Share, woman, so we can see it. Thank you. Oh my god.
Where'd he go? Look at him! eat him! Is it moving? Why isn't
No,
it
it's
moving?
not. It's frozen. But
Why
I
is
see
it
the chicken. I
frozen?
see the chicken. You can eat this brew. He turned into a chicken.
Oh my god, look, he's moving! Dang it, hold on, let me share it again.
Oh, there it
He's
goes.
moving again! Mara, I
Chicken.
can eat him.
Chicken roux. Do it. Do it. Do it live. Come on. It says eat. Do it. It says eat right there.
Why
I
does it
see.
freeze? It freezes whenever I go back to the game. He's moving around. Hold on. He's a chicken! Hold on, wait. Let me try and share it a different way.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, it's like I was like, do it live. Do it live. Tastes like chicken. Did you know that this brew tastes like chicken, chat? We'll find out.
Okay, try this. Look, why? How come whenever I go back to the thing, it freezes?
I don't know. I guess it just doesn't like it.
Aw,
Like some games
man.
just do that whenever like you click on your other monitor. So I guess we can't see or eat this brew.
I want to try and eat it. Eat it. Let me see. What happens if I like? Oh my gosh! He keeps throwing the frisbee at me.
He says just eat, then click off it basically. So just go to your screen
Oh,
and
okay.
eat. We'll see it.
Oh my gosh! I tried it and it won't do it. Eat.
You should be on like the monitor, monitor with it.
Oh. Wait. I ate him. He turned into a.
So we can now confirm. We can now confirm, ladies and gentlemen, that this brew does in fact taste like chicken.
I know, he cured the whole hunger. Look, he's a ghost now. Oh my gosh, that's the funniest thing.
That was just.
I got so excited when he turned into a chicken.
I know. I saw your face. So, and when I saw the option to be able to eat this brew, I was like, do it live. Tazran, what is up?
Chicken.
Escapo, good to see you. Hertz Donut, hello. Mike Noss, let's fucking go, nerds. Yeah, Brandon Blair, what is up? Your notifications on my phone, and there is the former chicken himself. J.O., the Stormtrooper, hello. Yeah, I did see it, and we're not exactly necessarily going to watch the trailer again. We might, but we are going to talk about it because apparently you can play as like there's 7 playable characters you can play as in the Batman game, and I think it was like one of, if not the best thing about Gamescom, is like right up there with like one of the best like elements of Gamescom because that all 3 days were overall just crap. Hello, the lovely Sherry. Good to see you. I know I just blanked on her name basically, but it's like it's like whatever characters you would be expecting to see in the Resident Evil movie. Like he's saying, no, it's going to be new characters. So no Chris, no Claire, no Leon, no Ada, no Jill Valentine, nothing. All right, that's what he's saying. Let's see. Wiley Dave, good to see you. Let's see. Remember message from Brian McCann. What's the Vampire the Masquerade. I was like blanking on VTM. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 looks good from gameplay I've seen. It looked good. It looked decent. Other than Ghost of Yotei, the only other game that I saw that I was like, you know what, I could I want to try playing that was Chronos. That game looked very, very interesting, and apparently, I was like watching a video that was shared with me, and apparently the game devs for Chronos actually went to like real locations in Poland for the game. So basically, the locations you're in the game are actual locations, but they obviously alter them. So it has that very surreal dystopian, almost like Resident Evil elements. So I found that pretty good. Let's see. No. You own physical copies of both Vampire the Masquerade games, Redemption and Bloodlines. Unfortunately, my laptop with the disc port is outdated and sucks. Yeah. I haven't played the first game. I saw a gameplay of it. So. I wore Revy cosplay on other streams, so it's not fucking like I haven't worn that. So it's like, if you're saying the chat's still waiting on that Revy cosplay, I've done it.
Oh my god, Mara.
Not my fault you missed it. But I'll wear it again when the weather's starting to get a bit cooler now.
Look.
Yeah. All right.
I moved away and I'm looking at him through binoculars. He's dead.
He died as he lived, being edible.
Wait,
I'm just it's just a skeleton. Like it's
you can see it. This game is hilarious.
Oh, I know. I've seen yeah.
This ghost keeps popping up. It's so funny. I fell off the oh my gosh, where's my mouse now?
Hey, JB.
I fell off the mountain trying to get that shot.
Let's see. You'll give a buck for the Cammy one. Hey, that's what the Cammy one's actually going. I was going to save that one for when I physically assaulted Liquid Blake. So
she's gonna step on him.
Yeah. So send me enough to fly to Australia. Then you'll see it. Then you'll see it. $20 super chat. Thank you from Brian. Mara, hope you play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 1 online before the sequel releases. Bloodlines 2 gameplay looks very good so far. I hope you get it too. I pre-ordered it. Lasan Brookland. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be able to play because I have such a backlog of games right now. I'm playing Obscure. I just finished Silent Hill 2 not too long ago. Pretty much. And then I have Chronos that I'm looking at playing. So I'm catching up on the chat. So I'm seeing all these reactions. I mean, backhand pimp. Good lord.
Yeah.
Watch you eat him.
Mara does have an what are they called? Feet thingy.
What, you mean a fetish? I don't have the fetish.
No, you have a foot account.
She just wants the kickback from as my manager. Yeah, so Let's see.
It's funny with all the things that I want Mara to do. You would think I'm like so weirdo, and I'm not.
Where's?
I wonder if I can jump.
But
on
is it woke? I enjoyed Weapons. This is the same man who did Barbarian. I don't know. Like right now, I'm not going to assume it's woke just because he's saying it's not going to focus on the existing characters. All right. Until I see something actually see something that demonstrates either way, I'm not going to assume it's woke. I'm just going to talk about it that he's saying this.
What is he talking? Okay, never mind.
The director for the Resident Evil movie, basically. So it's like I trust him as a director. I've liked both his movies. But I'm not going to say it's woke just because he's saying it's not going to focus on existing characters. So it's like, Steph, you monster. Let's see. If I miss anyone, I do apologize. Azure Worm, good to see you. Long time no see. Cool Gamer 2, what is up? Hello. Let's see. Mad Master Porky, what is up? Darth Revan, yes, long time no see. Hope all is well. Good to see you. Again, if I miss anyone, I do apologize because it jumps on me. I know I saw a certain someone. Where are you? Oh, no. You poked the bear. You poked the bear. All right. And you you also, I hate YouTube. I love how it just it goes, oh, memories out. No, it just fucking isn't. It's just YouTube is crap now. But no, you not only poked the bear, you actually picked the cosplay you wanted to be physically assaulted in. So I'm just obliging. Calix, hello. Good to see you. Like I said, send me their chats.
Victim.
Yeah, he's
does anybody want to trade places with him? I'm sure there are some people in there.
Probably. Okay, so if I miss anyone, Patrick McCarty, there I am down there. All right, so chat again. So we have a few things to talk about. What do you want to talk about first, Steph? We got Batman Legacy game. We have Disney saying, hey, we got to market to Gen Z boys.
Let's do the Batman Legacy because that's actually some positive stuff.
Yeah,
because I'm looking forward to that.
It actually does. I was thinking, I've never played a PC Lego game, but I was watching the trailer and I was like, this actually does look like it could be fun because it's it goes from Batman, his literal origin to when he's established as Batman. And it's the WB Games confirms Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight has just 7 playable characters. Well, as long as I can play as Batman, that's all that matters to me, pretty much. But I love if anybody has seen the trailer, if you haven't seen the Lego trailer, but you've played the Arkham games, there's parts in this game where it's it does show Arkham style fighting. He actually has the device where you spray the bat symbol and it blows out a wall. That's from the Arkham games too. It and it also does the whole 1960s Batman where you see the words wham thunks and whenever he punches the
I love that
villain.
part, yeah.
So it says where's the quote? Let's see.
Play the trailer.
There's I'll play the trailer, but I want to see where the quote is.
Bonk.
And it's not just a trim the fat situation either. Per its official WB game support fact, the game will feature 7 playable characters, including Batman, Jim Gordon, Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, Catwoman, and Talia al Ghul, each of whom is equipped with unique skills, combos, and gadgets like Batman's Batclaw, Jim Gordon's foam sprayer, Robin's line launcher, and Catwoman's whip. Meanwhile, for those curious, it's unsurprisingly looks like the only villains Batman will face in his next build and adventure will be those from his own rogues gallery with WB Games. Oh, thank you for jumping because of ads.
Wait, what? Who are the playable characters again?
Right here. Batman, Jim Gordon, Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, Catwoman, Talia al Ghul.
Why Talia al Ghul? That's
so. I don't know. I'm waiting to see, but the villains are the Joker, the Penguin, Poison Ivy, Ra's al Ghul, Bane, and more. So maybe because Ra's al Ghul is in it, you have to play as Talia at some point. Because they did that. I think they did that with the Arkham games, or at least close to it. So at least you had to deal with Talia al Ghul. I remember that. So here's the trailer.
Yeah, no Red Hood, Mike. I was hoping we'd get a Red Hood, but
well, maybe there'll be like this.
It's not going to be Robin because that's going to be Dick Grayson.
No, I'm saying like, but they have DLC, right? Maybe at some point they'll add Red Hood as DLC later on if this game takes off. Given like the extent of like what all they're putting into this game, so I don't know. I'm hoping, but here it is, chat.
Oh my god, this scared me.
Hey, Evan. Like I said, this was the best part of Gamescom. This trailer. I was like, I never expected at all a Lego game to at all give me any hype. But this game did. This trailer did.
I need to become more than a man. I need to become a symbol.
See, like he's fighting, or at least he's learning from Ra's al Ghul. So you can go through that. I like.
What did you have in mind?
Oh, you can fly, like like when you glide in the Arkham games.
I like the gliding yeah, I do like the gliding portion.
Yeah, it's definitely from the Arkham games. That's Arkham style fighting. And I like the words. You see whack come up on the screen.
Who are you? I'm Batman.
I think also, I don't know if it's like in like when it's like releases or not, but you can also pick what Batmobile you drive. From what I gathered.
Yeah, I hope so. I want different versions because so far in this trailer, you get the Tumbler and then you get the one from the Batman. That one.
Yeah, like you see those
the and muscle like car Batmobile. I hope there's more. Like just like there's different skins. I hope there's different Batmobiles as well.
Well, that's what they said basically during the interview because like the guys who like were like devs on this game. Oh, I know, Jo. I know. I'm gonna show like the whole trailer, basically, but they said that you can pick. I think there's gonna be like different skins, like outfits for Batman that you can wear, that you can select, so you can like pick whichever one you like the best. Different Batmobiles you can pick.
I wonder if they're going to have the Lego Batman.
Oh yeah, they'll show this. They'll show this. I'm not gonna finish the trailer, but yeah,
there has to be stuff from Lego Batman in here.
I think it's just about almost everything.
So serious. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. I'm allergic.
89 Batman.
Yeah.
To nuts.
Who's the man behind the mask?
Hey, there it is, Pat. In the archetype.
I got you!
That was on the Matt Reeves. Yeah.
This looks so good.
I'm not saying like it's like I've never played a PC Lego game, and I'm like, you know what? I want to play this one.
You should. They're actually a lot of fun. I've played a few Lego games because I own a few Lego games and I've played through all of them. They're a lot of fun. Even like as an adult, you can find a lot of enjoyment in them. And this, I cannot wait. A lot of people don't like this Penguin, the look of the Penguin, but he's kind of like a mix of Colin Farrell's and Danny DeVito's Penguin. So it's like a little,
Like, I see like the scene itself is pretty much straight from Matt Reeves' the Batman.
Oh, for sure.
And then but with the looks of like Danny DeVito's Penguin. So
It
I'm
looks so-
willing to give it because like it's Oswald Cobblepot basically. So it's like he's not exactly supposed to be attractive.
No, it looks so good.
So
what a cool trailer to get people hyped.
I like this.
Darkness as your ally. You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by. Ah! Who put that there? I could have really hurt myself.
2026, ladies and gentlemen, 2026. Start wishlisting it now. So
I was saying this on Daily this past week that like with Bane, I was hoping that you couldn't understand what he was saying, like while he's talking, like and he had to have like subtitles while he was speaking, because like Lego leans into a lot of jokes when they go through their Lego games, so you saw a little bit of it, but they have like a lot of really funny jokes, and I was hoping that like for Bane you couldn't understand him. He would always have to have subtitles, but since I suppose this is technically a kids game and kids would have to play it as well, they probably want to be able to understand Bane. So.
Yeah,
but that would have been hilarious.
I think so, and like I said, it actually looks good. So, so yeah. Yeah, so it's basically silver lining exists in the fact that Legacy of the Dark Knight has been confirmed to feature a bevy of alternate costumes for its cast, including the titular detective's thus far revealed Dark Knight from 2008, Batman Brave and the Bold, the Batman Golden Age, and the Rainbow suits. So, and I believe again you can also pick whatever. At some point, you can change the Batmobile you drive. So you can drive the one from '89. You can drive the one from Matt Reeves' the Batman. You can drive the one from Bale Batman's, Keaton Batman's. Like you can pick basically. So some good news if you're looking forward to this game. It looks really good.
They need.
I think I wishlisted it. So
they need the Batman animated series Batmobile.
So I think, like I said, it's supposed to be just, if not at launch, if not at launch, then it's like just about every Batmobile iteration, just about every costume iteration. You can pick which one you want Batman to wear, so you can change his look in the game. So at some point there's going to be DLC because there's a lot to Batman, not just in Lego games or anything, but there's a lot to the Rogues Gallery of Villains, Batman lore itself. So I'm assuming that down the road there's going to be quite a bit of DLC. So you said they released the cutscene with the origin of the Joker.
Did they?
Let me see, guys. I'm gonna try to find it.
Okay, I have to clean my glasses; they're all dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Azu, good night. You should play. You should play the Lord of the Ring Lego games to introduce yourself to Lego. Mara.
I'm trying to find that. I'm not seeing it on YouTube, at least.
Check here, I'll check Twitter for you. Hang on.
Yeah.
I will check Twitter.
I found it as a short, I think, on YouTube. Let me see. Right here. Let me just unmute it.
Is it a minute long? Because I found the.
Yeah, it's like a little over a minute long. So yeah, I'll just show this.
All right, because I found it.
So, Lego Batman's Joker origin references a famous Jack Nicholson line. So.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? Give me your hand.
Pull him up!
Look! Over there! It's a bat! What are you, nuts? It's a man!
That is just a trick of the light. Break out the specialist hardware.
It has big nets.
What is this, detective? You guys pals or something? Not exactly.
All right, Chad, there it is.
Oh my gosh, I freaking love that.
But, I don't know if you saw any of Gamescom stuff, but like I said, like the Lego Batman stuff was best parts. Like there's some games that they were shown that I have like interest in, but like as far as any type of excitement, it was that game. So a little bit of positivity, bit of positivity to talk about. So yeah, let's get nuts. So I don't like. It's like I don't want to say there's no Affleck Batman. Basically, there might be like you can like pick the outfits, the Affleck Batman outfits, basically. So I like basically you had to kind of like narrow it down so it's not every Batman, but you can maybe pick his Batmobile. You can maybe pick his outfit. So there you go. The Halloween game was announced. I'm looking forward to that. I want to see more about the Halloween game, but I'm actually more looking forward to the Hellraiser one. So, yeah. So, I'd rather play as one Batman and then wear like the different suits, because if you try to like to include every iteration of Batman, like Keaton's Batman, Bale's Batman, Kilmer's Batman, Affleck's Batman, even Clooney's Batman, the animated series Batman, and so forth, it's going to be a little much. It's going to be a little much. So, like, I'll click that link as soon as I get off of this. So, what's this? All right. But anyway, chat. So, yeah, Kilmer's Batman. I'm saying like they confirmed a lot, and like I said, whatever is not been confirmed, I would say guaranteed down the line would be part of a DLC. So, like it's going to be like legacy, pretty much. So let's talk. Let's talk about rumored fight on the set of Avengers Doomsday.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a rumored fight. Now, whether it's true or not, I don't know. Yeah. According to Fandom Wire, let me just zoom in a little bit and close this crap. Two big actors get into a fight on Avengers Doomsday sets. Marvel ready to spend millions to keep them in the movie. So Robert Downey Jr.'s Avengers Doomsday faces major trouble after rumors of two actors clashing on the set of the movie. So, again, this is rumor. Take it with a huge grain of salt, especially coming from John Roca, who's a big idiot. Yeah. But according to this, like two major actors got into a fight. It could be true, it could not be true. Again, take it with a grain of salt. They are two pretty big actors, apparently. So,
do you want me to play the video of John Roca?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. Here, I'll share this real quick.
Yeah. I'll just stop sharing this.
Let's listen.
Have heard that a clash between two particular actors became so heated that certain scenes involving their respective characters had to be altered or removed from the script entirely. Who are the actors that are fighting?
Oh, I'm not going to say that.
You know?
No, I do know, yes. And they are two pretty big actors. And apparently a comment, from what I understand, a comment was made in jest that was a bit too familiar because these actors didn't know each other that well and crossed the line. And one of the actors got really upset about it, confronted the other actor.
Said it in jest like publicly, or said it in jest like behind the scene?
On the set.
Okay.
And that caused a big rift and battle. And I'm just going to leave it at two very outspoken actors went at each other. And from what I understand and what I was told, one of the actors Marvel said, we'll shoot your scene separately, or we'll shoot scenes without the other actor in it. Or we'll figure it out in some other way. And so that actor felt that the fact that Marvel was willing to make these concessions was enough, because they also told this actor that it was going to cost like millions of dollars to shoot scenes without the other actor.
That's wild to me. Like, because this movie is already so expensive. So now, because two big egos clashed on set, they're having to spend millions more in order to make them comfortable, so they don't have to shoot scenes together. People are saying that it's Robert Downey Jr. and
Ryan Reynolds. So, I mean, it could also be Mark Ruffalo. He's really outspoken. Because this is two outspoken actors, so I don't know. I could see Ryan Reynolds making a comment in jest out of line, because he tends to do that.
Yeah, I can totally. Well, because Ryan Reynolds has a reputation of taking over the sets and being way too involved for this better say of the word, for his pay grade. You know,
a little bit, yeah.
Like that's what he did for Deadpool. He did the first movie with the director, and then he just completely took over everything. And he would be like the one that you think of saying something in jest, and if he said something like calm down, go do some drugs or something to Robert Downey Jr., and considering how serious Robert Downey Jr. is about his recovery and his sober life right now, he could have taken that as like a gut punch or something like that. Like, we don't joke about that type of thing, So, but if it was those two people, both with huge egos, especially Ryan Reynolds, especially right now with everything that he's going through with Blake Lively and all that.
That's some shit.
And who even knows? Robert Downey Jr. could have said something like taken a jab at him, about the lawsuit that he's going through. So the rumor is that it's those two guys. And now they have to shoot scenes separate from each other. Which, if you're going to make concessions for anybody on that Marvel set, I would think that it would be Robert Downey Jr.
Definitely Robert. I can see definitely Robert Downey Jr. He is a name. Like, he is and he was selected as Dr. Doom and things like that. And he's like the one that has, like, I guess, of the cast, probably if not the biggest, like close to the biggest star power.
Yeah, like
so I can see them like wanting to appease him. So,
like they brought him back. They paid him millions of dollars and brought back the Russo brothers because that's the only way that he would do it. He basically has like this whole, I don't even know what you would call it on set. It's like his own whatever compound on set that was negotiated as well in his contract. So like, I could see him being like, excuse, who the hell is this guy? You know what I mean? Like, he would be insulted and they would make concessions for Robert Downey Jr. Maybe not so much Ryan Reynolds, because who knows how much he is going to be shooting on the new Avengers movie. Because like Robert Downey Jr. probably has a really big role in Doomsday. I mean, it's called Doomsday, right? Yeah. And considering every single actor that they're bringing into this movie, like who knows how long he's going to even be in the movie. So why should they make him comfortable. They should be making Robert Downey Jr. comfortable. But I still think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Two egos going at it and them having to make concessions for one and it costing them millions of dollars. This movie is already going to take millions and millions, cost millions of dollars anyways. So it's just really ridiculous.
Given like the extent of the cast and everything that they're doing, so it's like it's already going to be bloated in terms of budget as it is.
For real. And like they're having to do reshoots. Which is crazy. And the script isn't even finished. So like the script isn't done, but they've wrapped filming, but they're bringing people back for reshoots. And then there was like something with the guy that plays Nightcrawler. What is his name? Where he has absolutely no idea who he shot scenes with because it's all on a green screen. So this movie just sounds like a mess. It sounds like a ridiculous mess. Hold
really
on.
On a green screen, he has no idea what characters he's saying his lines to.
Yes, I bookmarked it right here. Here, look, check this out. He said, I did the entire film in isolation. Lots of green screen, face replacement. They even gave characters fake names. I don't know who I was acting with half the time. Like, and I understand why they do that. They do that so spoilers don't get out there. That's a very like Russo thing to do for them to not want spoilers out there. But like, how is this guy supposed to act? He doesn't know who he's acting against. He doesn't know who he's sharing scenes with. There's going to be face replacement, so it's going to look odd. And he's doing all of his acting in front of a green screen, and it's not practical makeup either. Because that's the only reason I think that I read that's the only reason that he agreed to come back and do this, because it's not going to be practical makeup. He has a whole bunch of dots on his face. It's all going to be CGI. And I remember like back, he did another interview like years ago asking them like, if they ever make another X-Men movie, would you come back as Nightcrawler? And he was a very hard no, because he hated the process to get into makeup. And this is the only
even like the process for like just Mystique was also like very I was like at some point where it's like, Rebecca Romaine Stamos could like there were so many things she could not do when she was like in the Mystique makeup. And like the same thing with Nightcrawler basically. So it was like, like very time consuming and very like, and
but here's the thing, like they were willing to do it. Jennifer Lawrence, that's why in the last X-Men movie, she's basically Jennifer Lawrence. She's not in Mystique paint. And that's why she died, because she hated going through the process of makeup. And it's like, then why the hell are you why? You knew this was the process. You know what I mean? Like it's just
like even Rebecca Romaine came back for like 3 movies as Mystique. She didn't like it, but she understood that, hey, I agreed to take this role. This is what the role entails. So
she might not have liked the makeup process, but this is what the role entails. And the fact that Jennifer Lawrence was just like, I don't want to go through the makeup process, so they had her just look like herself, and then she died. Like just kill her off before you start the 3rd movie. Why waste your budget? Why waste your money on someone who just doesn't want to sit through the process and doesn't even look like they want to be there anyways? So but yeah, this whole movie completely sounds like a mess. Like a very expensive, pricey mess, because considering how much they're paying Robert Downey Jr., the size of the cast, like I would expect this movie would have to probably make over $1 billion. Over $1 billion.
I was reading an article, like this is nothing to do with like Avengers Doomsday, but it was about Alan Cummings. So, like apparently he was approached to play Gilderoy Lockhart in Chamber of Secrets, and apparently the studio like told him one thing, and that he found out because he has like the same like manager or something, or like team as Rupert Everett at the time, and he found out that they offered Rupert Everett more. So he's like, you fucking liars. Like he basically told Warner Brothers to fuck right off, he said. Because he said, like, you're telling me one thing, that you only have so much in the budget for like my salary, but then I hear that you're offering Rupert Everett more and calling him for like a screen test. So he basically told Warner Bros. To fuck right off.
But Rupert Everett wasn't in it either.
No, I mean they gave it to Kenneth Branagh, but they had approached Alan Cummings and Rupert Everett to play Gilderoy Lockhart,
That would have been
And
interesting to see Rupert Everett play the role.
yeah, but like Everett
like
and
that.
Cummings had like the same management team. So Cummings found out that Warner Brothers basically told him one thing and then told Everett another thing and offered Everett more. So Cummings was like, yeah, you can fuck right off. I'm not going to do the role. So
I'm convinced that when we watch Avengers Doomsday, it's just going to be a lot of the unpopular characters, least popular characters, the characters that I'm all yeah, the characters that people do not like and have basically rejected are going to get killed like right away. They're just going to die.
I can see that.
There's going to like Doom is going to come and there's going to be like a major all hands on deck moment and they're going to die.
So not that I care. I haven't really watched anything Marvel related since like Phase 3.
Yeah. And you know what's going to be really bad is that when they die, nobody's going to care. It's not going to be like Infinity War where you left that movie just completely somber, like, oh shit. You know, everything's just gotten so real because half of the Avengers is gone. It's not going to be like that because nobody cares about all of these new characters. And nobody really knows what the storyline is for Marvel anyway. So like, why do we even care? Why care? And then like when they go into and for Endgame, when Natasha died, like that was a huge deal because she's been an Avenger. She's basically been there since Phase 1, so that was a huge deal. But now they brought her back for her Black Widow movie, and you know they actually made people not really like Natasha. So they've done so much damage to their brand that I'm sure that they're really like biting their nails like oh my god, I hope this does good. Oh my god, this can't get any worse. Like we don't need all of this drama. We just need people to come in, shoot, and you know we need to hurry up and edit this film so we can get it out because it's just all a mess right now. That's how it feels. It feels like one huge mess.
It's the same over on the DC side pretty much. It's just huge mess of the studio's own making, but a huge mess.
Yeah, I think that like someone, I can't remember what stream it was on. I was on some stream and they were saying that like they think that Spider-Man is going to do more, is going to make more. I think it was Verbal Riot. I think he said that he thinks Spider-Man is going to make more than Avengers Doomsday. Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that
actually it would be crazy in the respect that you have an Avengers movie and that should almost guarantee a profit because of the caliber, which would be the caliber of characters in the movie. But I would not be surprised if Spider-Man does more, like better. Again, because people still like Spider-Man. No one gives a shit about most of the Marvel characters that have been shown in the
and
MCU.
Also everything that's been coming from set is actually getting people excited. You see Tom Holland in his Spider-Man costume, you know, greeting fans on the set that are there. It's just been nothing but positivity coming out of the set. They've wrapped filming in the UK. And everything that we've seen also, people are loving like the Punisher van. The Punisher's going to be in it and people are hyped. The Hulk is in it. Yelena, for some reason I saw this past week, is rumored to be in it as well. Why? Who the fuck knows? I don't know. Just because they probably need a girl in there or something.
I did not see the article, but I'm not surprised. Soul Assassin, where Kamal Nanjiani signed for 6 films because he was.
I did see that. Oh my god, I have that bookmarked.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. I have that bookmarked. Look, let me show you. Let me show you his quote. Where's it at? Where are you at? Bookmark?
Have you seen iRobot?
I have, yeah.
Apparently, Alan Tudyk has revealed that he was cut from promotions on the press tour and things like that because his character tested better than Will Smith.
Yeah, talk about a gentle, fragile ego with Will. Yeah. No, I don't want people to like him better than me.
Yeah, Will Smith's team is the one to step in to do that. Yeah.
This slap makes so much sense. Yeah, I saw that. Fragile ego. But look at this. Kumail Nanjiani. That's how you say his name, right? Kumail Nanjiani?
Yeah, Kumail Nanjiani.
revealed that he signed on to play Kingo. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't even know this character was named Kinjo or Kingo, whatever his name.
Kingo, yeah.
In 6 films and a video game. First, he signed on for 6 films and a video game. They make you sign on for all this stuff. You're like, okay, so I'll be doing Marvel movies every year, and in between, I'll do my own little things. None of that happened.
Because a little thing like the Eternals bombed at the box office.
Yeah, none of that happened, and that's wild that they thought that the Eternals was gonna play out and be so big that oh my gosh, we're gonna sign on these characters for 6 films and a video game. And I imagine these 6 films aren't all going to be Eternals films, but they were going to like maybe appear in other Marvel movies. Like that makes sense, you know. But the fact that they had this movie, it bombed so badly, it had horrible press that they just completely forgot about it. And the only reference to Eternals that we got was in like a She-Hulk side thing. Like that's it. In a She-Hulk like newspaper article that she was reading or something, there was like a little article in reference to the Eternals. That's basically all you got since the Eternals movie had released. Since then, I honestly can't remember or can't think of any other time that they've been referenced. But yeah. It was the statue. What is that thing called in the ocean? What is that thing called?
I have no idea. I didn't even bother watching the movie because I like wrote articles about how they were changing characteristics of just nearly every Eternals character. And I'm like, and then like news came out that it was like probably the biggest sin, not the only sin, but the biggest sin of the movie itself was that it was boring and people fell asleep watching it. People couldn't even get through watching it.
That's what it's called. It's the Celestial. So the Eternals came out, and since the Eternals movie, the only reference that you got for the Eternals movie was in She-Hulk in a tiny little blurb that says like the celestial thing was like still in the ocean, or it said something like that. That was it. That was like those Eternals reference. And then they used the Celestial for Captain America 4. Because I mean, how long can you ignore this gigantic Celestial in the middle of your ocean? How long can you ignore that for?
Marvel found a way, apparently. Until Captain America 4.
They got vibranium. I think that like they got vibranium out of that celestial, that celestial body that's like in the ocean. So like it's so sad at like the state of Marvel, because I don't even think the people who are writing these things have any type of like flow through or consistency or like, you know, watch or reference anything. They have no idea. Oh, it was adamantium. Sorry, it was adamantium. That's right.
But there's an easy remedy for that if they had actually taken the time and mapped out. Okay, we're gonna do this movie, and this is like this is gonna be the timeline, and this is gonna be the movies that we're gonna have in this timeline, and this is going to be the references in each movie to like whatever in the timeline, basically. That was like for the first 3 phases, I would say. They had that mapped out because it was leading to Thanos and the Infinity War and all that, and you know, all that. But once Phase 4 hit, it's pretty much let's throw whatever we can at the wall and see what sticks. Like there's no rhyme or reason to what they're releasing, and then it got to a point where it became, as we pointed out, so bloated that you had to read certain comic lines to understand what's going on. You had to watch these TV shows to understand what's going on top of all the movies that were being released to understand what was going on, that people just gave up. They gave up. And you could tell and everything, like, you know, it's that like there was like someone, there should have been someone in the planning process to say, that's too much. That's too much.
I think that
3 pages worth of stuff in one phase. There's like 3 pages
I think that like I read somewhere where they knew it was a bad idea. Now this is coming after all of the failures of Marvel, that they're saying that like we knew it was a bad idea, but it was Disney. It was Disney's fault because they wanted to push Disney Plus. It's like, okay.
Oh yeah, they're trying to like push that shit upwards.
They're pushing the blame onto Bob Iger because they wanted a big Disney Plus push. So that's why we got so much Marvel content on Disney Plus. But that doesn't explain away like why we got so much fucking Marvel content in Phase 4. Because I think like Phase 4, hold on, let me see how many. It was like almost double. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah. Like Kevin Feige's basically the phrase chat is basically like, shit rolls downhill, but Kevin Feige's trying to push that shit back uphill and blame it like entirely on Bob Iger.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Phase 4 included 18 things that you had to watch, 18 projects that you had to watch in order to at least stay on top of Marvel. And all of that included Disney Plus shows. That's a lot of time. That is a lot of time. And considering
it was both Chapek and Iger, because Iger came back basically. So they they were basically just pushing it back up onto Disney. So since Iger is the one still back in control of Disney, he was the one who got the blame shifted on him.
So 18 for Phase 4. Phase 3 had 11, right? And they were all movies, no shows, to where you have to sit down and commit some time to those television shows because those shows were long. Like it was a long time. It's not like it was a 2-hour movie or 2.5 hours at the longest. Like those shows, if you add up all of the time, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a big commitment. And so like Phase 3 had 11. Phase 2, 6 movies in Phase 2.
Yeah. And Phase 1 was essentially like the origin.
Phase 1
was like the origin movie.
Phase 1 had 6 as well.
Yeah.
Phase 1 had 6 as well. But Phase 4, 18? Is that what I said? 18?
Yeah, 18. And that included TV series with so many episodes per series, which added up to let's say they were 10 episodes, just to pick a number. 10 episodes in the series, and each episode is almost an hour long. That's 10 hours you'd have to sit there to understand something that happens in a movie, basically. People like the normie audience, the normie Marvel movie fans is not going to sit through that. Not even the diehard MCU fans were willing to sit down and do all that shit.
Yeah.
So it's like they weren't even willing to do it. They're like, this is too much.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So like Phase 5 had 11, but it was all bad. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was pretty good. Secret Invasion, trash. The Marvels, trash. Loki Season 2, don't even know because I didn't watch it. What If Season 2, don't know. Echo, Deadpool and Wolverine, which was fine. Agatha All Along, which is trash. Captain America Brave New World, trash. And Daredevil Born Again was unfortunately trash. So like, and also, remember, all of this stuff is supposed to lead to something. So if I watch Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, that sets up Kang, but now he's
no more.
Yeah, he's no more. Guardians in the Galaxy Volume 3 set up the new Guardians, right? So so now we have the new Guardians. Secret Invasion, I didn't watch it. What did it set up? I don't even know. The Marvels, what did the Marvels set up?
That's the movie, right? I can't even remember what it's.
Yeah, that's the one with Brie Larson and the other two girls.
The other two, Captain Marvel.
The other two.
That's not their name, but like those two.
I think it's set up that Maria Rambeau is in another dimension or something like that.
That's the only thing because we saw Beast.
Yeah, we saw
Kelsey Grammer's Beast.
So it may be like set up a possibility of the X-Men coming into Marvel. Okay. But that's it. Just like, oh my gosh, we might get the X-Men. But that chronologically, what does that really set up? Okay, another universe maybe. What if I didn't watch it? Echo. What does Echo set up?
I didn't watch it, so I couldn't tell you.
I didn't watch it either. But what does it set up?
I'm just saying, like, I just saw like, oh, I got some. I didn't exactly get a lot of shit, but I got quite a bit of shit from like MCU shills when I posted, how, like, I quote tweeted the choreography to a fight scene in Echo, basically like the one where she's it was just so horribly choreographed. And I'm like, you have this show with this budget, like it was like an obscene budget for that Echo series. And I posted a scene, like a 2-minute clip from the Raid 2, which had much better choreography, a lot smaller budget. And I'm like, you're able to do this, and yet for some reason you're not able to, like, you know, like, what do you, like, where are you cutting corners that, like, you know, that you give us shit choreography like this with that budget?
Yeah. I just feel with phase 1, 2, and 3, like I feel like almost every movie led into the next project. You know what I mean? Like every movie led into something different. It led into the next movie. It set up the next movie, and then like the Avengers, the first Avengers movie, everything culminated in one movie. So like it set it up and laid the groundwork for a great film, and then from there there's even more setup. But like right here, I'm looking at everything that's come out in phases 4 and 5, and I'm like, where's the setup? What is it leading to?
I don't know.
It's leading to Doomsday. Oh, sure.
But everything I've seen, like the only thing that would make me believe that would be Fantastic Four, because Doctor Doom is a Fantastic Four villain, but they didn't release the Fantastic Four film until this year.
Yeah.
So I'm like, then what was everything else leading up to? It doesn't make any sense. Because Marvel's introduces the possibility of introducing the X-Men into the MCU. But how does that tie into Doomsday? Avengers Doomsday?
Thor 4 set up nothing. Thor 4 set up the fact that Thor is now a dad. And his child, or his adopted daughter, now has the powers of a god. God, that was a terrible movie. What a terrible movie.
I didn't bother watching it.
And she can wield Stormbreaker, right? She can wield Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
What a terrible film.
Because the power of the uterus, Steph. The power of the uterus. That's what it was, pretty much.
She's a child.
No. I'm saying no worthiness. No, it doesn't. Worthiness doesn't matter. Worthiness doesn't matter to wield Stormbreaker. No,
I don't think you have to be worthy to yield Stormbreaker. Do you?
I don't know. I think it's like, I thought it was like kind of like Mjolnir.
Mjolnir, like, you have to do that because that has. But for Stormbreaker, I don't think so.
I don't know. But I'm like, but still, it's like it doesn't make any sense. Still, that, you know, she's able to wield it as a child and given like godlike powers, even though you said she's his adopted child.
Mm-hmm. She's the daughter of the villain in that movie, and I can't remember who the villain is. I know it's Christian Bale, but I can't remember his name in the movie. That movie was so terrible.
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, hey, multi. Anyway, since we talked about Marvel, let's talk a little bit about DC. Because we all know, if you haven't heard this by now, you've been living under a rock. But basically, Superman has gone to streaming after about 35 days in cinemas. It barely dragged itself across the $600 million mark. So Gore the God Butcher.
Gore the God Butcher, yeah, that's who it was.
So barely crossed the $600 million mark, which means it doesn't even break even. No matter what the copium from Gun Bros tries to tell you, it did not even break even. But one of the things that Gunn was like promoting in that movie is the fact that, or not the fact, but like, you know, the claim that Superman is an immigrant, which doesn't make any sense because, again, Clark, Kal-El, he is named Clark Kent, but Kal-El is a child. He's barely able to talk when he is sent off of Krypton by his parents because Krypton is about to be destroyed. So he's not consciously deciding himself that he's going to travel to Earth from Krypton. It at best makes him a refugee. At best, he did not choose Earth. If I remember Superman lore, I mean, I'm not a big Superman fan, but if I remember Superman lore at least enough, that I don't believe his parents even said it to find Earth specifically. They just wanted him to find a planet that mimicked the atmosphere of Krypton, basically. And it just happened to be Earth. It just happened to be Earth. All right. And he landed in Kansas. He landed in Smallville, Kansas as a child. Okay, depends on the version. But like the version I know is basically they didn't even select Earth specifically. That's the version I know. And he just happened to be Earth. But still, that was the parents' conscientious decision to send him. It wasn't his. So it makes him a refugee. It basically be like someone tried to explain this on Twitter. I'd have to go back a long ways to try to find him. He was trying to explain how it still would not make him an immigrant because of the rules established for when people even now adopt foreign children, basically. So basically, it's believable that the Kents would be able to get the paperwork for Clark Kent because of the whole found child legislation, basically. So it's you said we found this child, the mother left this child, we have no idea who the parents are, basically, so we're going to officially adopt this child. That legislation. So it's believable that the parents would have all this paperwork, started for Clark Kent as their son. Because the Gun Bros were trying this. But anyway, the Smallville creators, from that long ass explanation, the Smallville creators have come out and said they're siding with James Gunn and that the Superman immigrant debate, calling the hero the ultimate illegal alien. Right? Even though, no, he's not an illegal alien because, again, as I pointed out, the found child legislation, basically. So it doesn't make him illegal. He's not there illegally. He actually becomes a legal resident through the Kents. So he's not illegal. So there is actual legislation. You can look it up. So where do they say it? I'm gonna go down to their quote, basically.
Oh my gosh.
Did you see they were also people were putting the Lois and Clark clips out of the Dean Cain Superman in one of the episodes being attacked for being an illegal alien, even though they're taking that completely out of context of the scene. Yeah. So yeah, I saw that and I was like, that is so much copium. Basically, okay, here is the quote. It's also interesting. We always saw Superman as an allegory for immigration, that he was the ultimate illegal alien. The fact that James said, and it's so controversial, was sort of I said Miller on the Happy Sad Confused podcast. I couldn't believe. I was like, that's so embedded in what it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's so. Go added. We did an episode in season 6 where we sort of talked about it directly. Clark finds a boy who's working on one of the farms. I remember at the time thinking, because this is again 2006, the network was like, people learn how to fucking talk, okay? Jesus Christ, you're adults. This feels a little political for the show, and we're like, it's literally the Superman story. What do you want? No, it's not the Superman story. They were posting those clips. Did you see those clips, basically, where Superman is talking with his mom, and she's trying to explain to him, you have to go, everything, going through the legal channels and things like that, and he says, I'm an illegal alien, or something, and things like that.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, no. So, and that's what they were doing. That's that's what they've been posting. And this is the episode, Lucky Leon, basically, completely taking this whole scene out of context and trying to justify the immigrant debate. But yeah, So, like I said, Superman barely inched across $600 million after 35 days. I haven't found an article on this stuff, but someone tagged me in this. Yeah, this one right here, this clip. That apparently Final Destination Bloodlines is on track to outgross Superman and Fantastic Four in the China box office.
Really?
Really, according to this tweet that is set to outgross. It's like tracking for like to outgross both movies.
Just at the China box office?
Just at the China box office,
oh,
according
okay.
to this tweet. So, but yeah.
That's so funny.
So, and I like Final Destination movie. I love Final Destination Bloodlines. I love the movie. But at the same time, like that's really sad for what should be two big superhero movies to be beaten by the last, well, what should be the last Final Destination movie.
It's not going to be. You know that, Mara.
I know. I said it should be technically. It should
be, but it's not going to.
The Final Destination movie.
Makes
So I'll try to find the tweet. Hold on, I was tagged in it. Like I said, I get tagged in a lot of shit.
I'm trying to find this article.
So I haven't like been able to look for the article. I've just tagged in a tweet.
By Mike Hill? Was it Mike Hill?
Yeah, Mike Hill. Like
yeah,
a lot of stuff.
I actually don't mind that.
No, I'm saying it, but I had to like scroll through everything he tags me and like, was this it? Was this it? Was this it? Let's see. Where is it? Oh, here, right here. This tweet. I remember because like there's like global box office. That's the account. Where's StreamYard? Here it is. Here's the tweets. So, Final Destination Bloodline, or it should be Bloodlines, surprises and may outgross both Superman and Fantastic Four opening weekend at the Chinese box office. It is currently tracking to make 8 to 10 million in China, just in China alone this weekend.
Wow.
So, it is on, basically, according to this, it is on track to do better than Superman and Fantastic Four. So.
How sad is that?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like these, like
I didn't mind. I didn't mind that movie. I didn't mind that movie, to be honest.
Which one?
Final Destination. I thought it was good.
I liked it. No, I liked it,
You know
and
what
I actually overall enjoyed the Fantastic Four movie. There were some things in there that I was like, okay, that's pushing the balance of, like suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was more enjoyable than the Superman movie. So
I know that this will probably never happen, but I want the new Fast and Furious movie to come out and do better. Like the last one, it's supposed to wrap everything up. I think it's supposed to be the last one. I want it to do better than Superman, both Fantastic Four and Superman. Like, let's go. I want the new Fantastic, the new Fast and Furious movie. I want it to do better.
I can honestly see that happening pretty much.
Well, no, because the last movie didn't do very well.
I know, but at the same time, it's like, given the crap that people have gotten, people are like, you know what? I can see people going, you know what? I'm going to go see this movie. It's just dumb fun.
Yeah.
Like,
because that's what Final Destination Bloodlines is. It's just dumb fun.
Yeah. I'm just saying, but like, that's why, like, I think I can see why it's doing better than Superman and Fantastic Four, because it's like, we were promised one thing and then delivered something else entirely that did not live up to the promise. So, but there it is. So, let's see.
Did anybody, y'all in chat, did you guys go see Primitive War? Did y'all go see Primitive War?
It was not playing at any local theater. It was not playing at any local theater, and I was like, and Trey was looking for the High Seas copy, which hasn't dropped yet, because the closest theater to me only had one showtime every day. Only one showtime to choose from. And it wasn't playing at my the one like the theater is like right close to me. So is like had such a limited release. We didn't have a chance to watch it, Anthony. We wanted to watch it. I wanted to watch it. I was hearing good things about it.
Yeah, I want to see it.
No fucking showtimes. And I don't know if I don't even know if it's going to be on the season until we have a digital copy release.
Oh my gosh.
So that's yeah, I gotta find where's that.
So it's gone. Wait, where's it at? There was a funny thing that came out earlier about Snoop Dogg. I didn't take a screenshot of it. Yeah, it was. Oh my gosh, where is it at? It was, I guess, like I think Culture Crave tweeted it out, but they deleted it. Is it not? Was it not true or something? Because they said that like Snoop Dogg was watching a movie with his kid.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it wasn't true if they deleted it. Did you guys see that? Psychotic Mongoose saw it. Yeah. What did it say again? Oh my gosh. I wanted to bring that up.
You said it was on X?
Yeah, but it's not there.
Huh.
Let me try and Google it.
Yeah.
What movie was he watching? Psychotic Mongoose. Do you remember what movie he was watching? I started laughing. He was like watching. It was a Marvel movie, wasn't it?
Mike saw it. Anthony saw it.
Oh, he was watching Buzz Lightyear. That's right. So he was watching Buzz Lightyear like with his kid. The tweet went out and they said that he was watching Buzz Lightyear with his kid, and it had like he couldn't watch it past like the two lesbians in it, and the
here's the Marco Foster tweeted it. Here it is. Like Snoop Dogg says he's scared to go to movies now because of gay couple being depicted.
Yeah.
Here, I'll share this. I mean, of course, it's there it goes. Because it was buffering. The video was buffering. I want to make sure it would play. So, but here it is.
See, what was the movie with Buzz Light?
Toy Story?
Not that one, but
the new Buzz, the Lightyear. I think it's called Lightyear.
With Keke Palmer's in that movie.
Okay.
She plays like the daughter. So we watching it, and the lady, which is Kiki's mama, they move on into the space years. They move down the line. They're like, man, she had a baby with a woman. Well, my grandson in the middle of the movie, like, Papa Snoop, how she have a baby with a woman? She a woman. Oh, shit. I didn't come in for this shit. I just came to watch the goddamn movie. Hey, man, watch the movie. They just said she had a baby. They both women's. How did she have a baby? Shh. Movie ain't over with. So it's like, it's fuck me. I'm scared to go to the movies now. Like, y'all throwing me in the shit that I don't have an answer for.
So I'm guessing. So, but he's not wrong. And the kid is like, wait a minute. Like, and even the kid's like, standing up to the kid, like, wait a minute. You have two women saying they have a baby together. That doesn't make any sense.
So here I have this really quickly. It's an article. Hang on. That's so funny though. He's not wrong. Yeah. He said it threw him for a loop and left him scared to go to the movies because children naturally have questions parents and grandparents may not be ready or willing to answer in a theater setting. It says the controversial scene in Lightyear depicts Alicia Hawthorne, a fellow space ranger, and her wife raising a child. While brief, the kiss between the two moms was trumpeted as Pixar's historic first overt same-sex relationship in animation. The move backfired. Not only did the movie underperform at the box office, it became a flashpoint in Disney's ongoing culture war. The scene was initially cut, then reinstated after employee protests and activist pressure during the height of the Florida parental rights legislation.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Chris Evans, who but Chris Evans, who voiced Buzz Lightyear, famously called the critics of the scenes idiots and insisted the real truth is those people are going to die off like dinosaurs. Isn't that so nice?
Yes. So nice.
So nice. But it's funny to see it like get trashed years later by Snoop Dogg of all people.
By Snoop Dogg, yes. Of all people, Snoop Dogg.
By Snoop Dogg. But I mean, you know what? It's just like general intelligence and common sense. You know, because like this is a children's movie, and yes, this article is 100% correct. Children have a natural inclination to ask those questions, and you know, maybe parents don't want to answer those questions right away. Those questions get answered within time, you know. So like that's just not a conversation. But you know, being that kids are naturally curious, they're going to ask those questions, you know, and like Disney's insistence, and you can see what they were doing. Disney's insistence on putting this type of material in their movies that are made for children has them look at it and ask those questions a lot earlier than they should be asking them. So
yeah. Well, and also it should not be up to Disney or any other entity to decide like when parents should have those conversations with their children. And because Disney was adding that stuff to their children's properties, their properties geared towards children, it forced parents into that corner. So, which again, I mean, Snoop Dogg is an idiot. He generally supports the side that pushes that shit, but at the same time, he's right. He got pushed into a corner where his like the boys asking, this doesn't make any sense. Like, you know, basically explain this to me. Make it make sense to me. And he's like, I don't want to answer this question. Like, I just want to watch the movie. And that, like, you know, that's what Disney did. That's what Disney did to parents. So
what's crazy is that I quote tweeted, I think it was like Culture Crave or something, whichever like movie account tweeted that out and just laughed at it, and they deleted it.
Yes.
They deleted it. It no longer exists.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Well, that tweet may be deleted, but the internet's forever, and we found it.
It's so funny. That's so funny. I laughed when I saw that. I was like, "Oh, damn!"
Yeah,
Disney's getting roasted by Snoop Dogg.
So, but speaking of Disney, they're scrambling right now a little bit.
Just a touch.
Just a touch. Oh, fuck off, ads. Disney's Boy Trouble. Studio seeks original IP to win back Gen Z men amid Marvel Lucasfilm struggles.
Yes. Keep that in mind. Gen Z men.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I was talking about this, I think last night, basically. I think last night, maybe even today as well, basically offline. That I am of the opinion that stories should be geared to everyone. All right. They should be universal messages that can be like taken by both sexes. All right. However, I can see why they're struggling to win back Gen Z men, because they pushed out that demographic in their little ideology they were pushing with their properties. And where do the Gen Z men go? They go to, like, you know, basically they gravitate to what they feel speaks to them. Sure as hell wasn't Disney. There was no heroes for them or anything. Or no heroes they could look up to, because they were being told that, well, this is not for you. There's no inspirational messages that they could take. So basically, this is Disney's own doing. And they're scrambling now. They're scrambling right now to win them back after they were pushed out a little bit.
Here's the thing. In my personal opinion, they were never targeting that demographic to begin with. So like Gen Z was never targeted. So there's no like reason for them to even, if they were watching Marvel or whatever, like they weren't impressed with what they had, because like they're more interested in playing video games, watching anime, right? You lost them.
Yeah.
When Disney, when they started like making that change and targeting the female audience as soon as they purchased Star Wars. And then I think what's his name? Kevin Feige also said that like he wanted to target a female demographic. I'm trying to find that article.
The thing is, like with Star Wars, is there was a female demographic already, but
yeah,
like, see
absolutely.
the females that loved Star Wars, myself, you know, when I used to love Star Wars, understood the concept of, well, it's a primarily a male dominated demographic in terms of fandom. I was fine with that because men were gravitated more towards the Star Wars movies. See, I get this last toxic male, I get this, but at the same time, it's like universal messages should speak to everyone. So whether or not you like it, that's entirely subjective. But the messages should be for everyone.
Well, the brand itself is a boy brand, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm saying the brand itself is a boy
Marvel
brand,
superheroes, all that's a boy brand. You find the toys there in the boy section of of stores, right?
Yeah.
Star Wars, the brand itself is a boy brand. It doesn't mean that girls can't participate in those or that girls aren't interested in that type of storytelling, but the brand itself, those are boy brands, right? The commercials normally, when like we were younger and we saw the commercials for the prequels, the commercials featured little boys playing with these toys because little boys were the ones that were going and seeing these movies. So like the brand itself is a boy brand, and that's totally fine. It's fine for the brand to be a boy brand. But when you started like mixing up these brands, and you saw it early on with like Target when they got rid of the boy section and the girl section, even though the stupid section still exists, they're still separated, right? They wanted to do that so that way, like, oh, more little girls will go to the boy section and find other things. Like that's their aim to do that. But that doesn't mean that these brands weren't always and continue to be boy brands, even though like right now it's sort of muddied because of what agenda they've been pushing, what agenda Kathleen Kennedy has been pushing, and the agenda that Kevin Feige has been pushing since 2018 for Kevin Feige. They were always boy brands. Now the problem is that Disney, because Disney bought Star Wars, Disney bought Marvel, Disney always saw money coming from little girls. That's why, that in my opinion, that's why I think that they targeted girls, because there's money in that. Like Disney had absolutely no problem making profit off of girls, off of little girls. And they proved that by the years and years of success of the Disney princess line. They tried it with little boys. Yeah. They had the Disney hero line, but that didn't sell very well because they were competing against Marvel, against DC, against Star Wars. They couldn't compete in that area. But they knew how to market and sell to little girls. The problem is if you take these boy brands and try to market them to girls who weren't even involved in this IP to begin with, you're going to try and lure them in. They're not interested in that. You have to.
They weren't interested before. If they weren't interested before, they're not going to be interested now, basically. So it's like,
yeah. In order to do that, you have to feminize it and target it to millennials, which is what they did. They targeted it to millennial women, because millennial women right now are the ones that are all hooked on nostalgia. But in doing that, they completely ruined it, because like if you look at Marvel and you look at Star Wars, like all of their characters are like terrible. They kind of feminize them, and you always know that an IP is targeted towards women when you start to see shipping happen. And when you saw that Poe and Finn ship happening, do you remember that?
Yep.
And then you saw like the Reylo thing happen. That's when you know, oh, the targeting was aimed at women. That's why like I see like all the shipping happening in Superman, because the marketing was aimed towards women. All of that TikTok marketing, it was aimed towards women. So like it ruined all of these brands. And the reason that I say that they don't care about the fans that they pushed out, they still don't care. They don't want you back. They don't want the original fans that were there to begin with. that they pushed out, they don't want you back. They don't care about you. You're gone. You're dead to them. They want Gen Z, which is why this is focusing on Gen Z men, because they spent all of these years trying to target girls, like little girls. They spent years and years and years, and they haven't seen any return on their investment. If anything, all of these brands are now down the toilet. They're in the gutter. They're basically on life support at this point because they targeted towards them. They changed their whole brand to appeal to girls, and it completely failed. And so now they're seeing the success of Fortnite, which is why Disney bought Fortnite. They saw the success of the Minecraft movie, and they were like, oh, holy shit, we've been ignoring this demographic of Gen Z boys. That's why the whole article, everything is surrounding the Gen Z boys. They don't care. They're not saying, oh my gosh, guys, yeah, we pushed you out. We're so sorry. We want your business back. They don't care about you. They don't care about the people about the guys that they pushed out. They really don't care. They don't want you. They want the younger generation.
When I said earlier that they pushed out, I mean, like, just with their marketing, they turned off Gen Z boys, basically, because it's because the Gen Z boys, it's like Walt Disney was not exactly explicitly saying this is not for you in their marketing, in their storylines and things like that. They were telling Gen Z boys, this is not for you because we're focusing on the female demographic. So Gen Z boys basically turn their attention to Minecraft, they turn their attention to Fortnite, they turn their attention to anime because they weren't being pushed out indirectly because of marketing decisions from the studios. And now Disney is scrambling because, oh shit, they're not making money. The parks are losing
scrambling.
Money.
They're
the parks are losing money. They're cutting back on Marvel movies and things like that. So yeah, they kind of are in scramble mode.
They are scrambling, but they're also like, oh, we didn't think that Gen Z boys went to movies. And it was so surprising that the Minecraft movie did so well, but that was the target.
Well, that kind of makes Disney out to be idiots. That kind of makes Disney out to be idiots because if you they thought that Gen Z didn't do any of that shit.
No, they thought that the money was in marketing to girls because that's who Disney always marketed to
I'm
little
not saying
girls.
It makes Disney. It makes Disney idiots.
Able to capture that little boy audience, which is why they know how to market to girls, which is why all of these brands changed to girl brands because that's who they knew how to market to.
So even then, they don't know how to market girls.
And then they brought in all of these women who completely destroyed and changed everything and pushed different agendas, their own agendas, and started writing stories according to their own. Hello, Leslie Headland, according to their own lives. They just started.
Headland.
Yeah.
Lego Headland. Yeah.
They started doing that. They were like, oh, it's my story. I'm just going to make it a Star Wars story now. It's just mine. But it's really it's based on my life. It's Star Wars though. It's really ridiculous what they've been doing to these brands. And people laughing at it and be like, I'm not coming back to Disney. They don't want you. They don't want the older generation that they pushed out. They don't want the millennial men or the Gen X men, that they pushed out. They're targeting Gen Z. They want the Minecraft money. They want Minecraft dollars. Even I think they also referenced Despicable Me 4, the fourth movie in the Despicable Me franchise.
The worst of the Despicable Me movies.
It was a terrible movie, but Gen Z boys went and saw it, and it made money. So they're like, how come they're not going and seeing our movies? Well, duh, it's because you're not even advertising to them. You're not targeting them. If you were, all of your stuff would be better. If you continued on like they were doing with Marvel phases 1, 2, and 3, they continued on with really good storytelling and not have Kevin Feige being like, oh, there's going to be more female superheroes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe outweighing the male superheroes. He wanted more female superheroes than male superheroes in the MCU. They really wanted to go that way. They really wanted to aim their sights at women and turn it into a girl brand, just like Star Wars, and it just didn't work. And if they had kept going and what they were doing with Marvel and not done that, it would still be a profitable brand. It's not. They really tried to aim it at women for whatever reason. For whatever reason. You know what I think? When did this movie come out? Hold on. In 2018, that's when it came out. Aquaman came out in 2018. That movie made $1 billion because all these women were thirsty for Jason Momoa. And in 2018, Kevin Feige came out and said, you're going to see a lot of female superheroes. And it's like, that's not why they went and saw Aquaman. They went and saw it for the
It wasn't because of Mira. It was because it wasn't because of Mira. They wanted to see shirtless Momoa. That's why they went. That's why they went.
It's so ridiculous. But yeah, like if people are like, oh my gosh, yeah, Marvel, they're Disney's apologizing. They want male audience back now. They want Gen Z. They don't care about you. They're already gone.
Yeah.
They want Gen Z.
Yeah. So so basically Disney's not admitting they fucked up. But they never will. Anyway.
No, they're not. They'll never admit that they fucked up. They will never admit that.
No. But here's possibly at least some positivity. Now, like I said, I'm going to wait and see, what, like anything that comes out. But if anybody has seen Weapons or has seen Barbarian, all right, the style, like, the storytelling style of this man I'm about to talk about, Zach Krager. So he is, tied to the Resident Evil movie. All right. And according to him, he's saying that his Resident Evil movie will tell a different story set outside of the characters of the games. So if you were expecting to see the Resident Evil characters that you know and love, basically, no. However, according to him, this is his quotes. Like it does say it'll tell an original story set within the world of the games, albeit with new characters. All right, and that the project will be obedient to the lore of the games. So you have like no Leon, no Wesker, no Chris Redfield, but it'll be obedient to the lore of the games. He says here, let me say this. This is not breaking the rules of the games, Krager said, acknowledging his project will be a different story from the one shown in Capcom's franchise previously. I'm the biggest worshiper of the game, so I'm telling a story that is a love letter to the games and follows the rules of the games. He continued confirming it would sit outside of the characters of the games. So, like I said, until I see anything to say otherwise, all right, I basically have to take him at his word right now. Now, I've seen Weapons. I've seen Barbarian. I do like his style. I do think he is a good fit with the Resident Evil universe. I haven't played all the Resident Evil games. I have played the remake of Resident Evil 2. I have played a bit of Resident Evil 3. I have played the remake of Resident Evil 4, 7, and 8. I think he's a good fit within that universe. I think he's a good fit with that universe. And if he's saying that it's going to be obedient to the universe, all right, show me new characters. Because if you think about it, I'm going to try to play devil's advocate here a little bit, chat. You can jump in if you disagree with me here. That the other characters' stories have been told in the games. They've pretty much been told in the games. All right? I'm not saying they're finished in the games. I'm not saying their stories are finished in the games, but their stories have been told in the games. So if you want to experience those stories, you can play the games. If you choose to do so. I'm partly fine with seeing new characters as long as it does not at all contradict the canon and the lore and the rules established within the Resident Evil universe. I'm fine with brand new characters as long as it does not break the rules. And he's saying it's not going to break the rules. So right now, unless I see anything to say otherwise. All right. So unless I see anything to say otherwise, I'm fine with this. So what do you think, Steph? I mean, I know you played Resident Evil 7, so. I
have a question.
Mm-hmm.
This movie is not going to be based on any games.
Mm-hmm. Well, not specifically any games, yeah. But it's going to be within the Resident Evil universe. So it's going to respect the world building of that universe.
of the previous Resident Evils movies.
Whatever canon is established in the games, basically, it says it's going to follow those rules. That's what the director is saying. So
okay, so what's the point then? Because if it's not going to be any people that you're familiar with from the game that are in this new movie, why call it Resident Evil?
So what? Because there are. It's the world itself is like big enough. All right, the world itself is big enough that I can see different characters. Like I said, I was saying like
they're
I'm
not
fine.
Characters that you're familiar with or no.
Yeah, but they say their stories have been told. So it's like you'd be adapting specific storylines, which are like, you'd be adapting to. I want to see what he's going to come up with. I want to see what he's going to be coming up with, because I don't, as much as like, yeah, I see where you're coming from with the established characters. It's not going to be any characters you know. At the same time, it's like, I don't want it to be a rehash of anything that's already been done, just in live action.
Okay. Because like when I see that, when I see stuff like that, it's like, oh, we're doing something completely new. It's not anything new characters, but it'll be in the world. It just makes me think of other movies that have said that same thing. It's like, okay, well, these aren't characters that I know, but it has the title of something that I know.
As I said, I want to give him. I want to like give him the benefit of the doubt, because I do like it. I do think he's a good fit within the Resident Evil universe. Did you see Bart? I
haven't seen anything. I didn't see Weapons.
Okay.
I didn't see. Yeah.
If you were to watch those movies and then think about the games, you would see that he's a good fit. He is a good director. So I do like that he's tied to the Resident Evil movie.
Well, I mean, you can have a great director and
another thing, but say right now we can only take him at his word. Right now.
Yeah,
I want to see what he's going to.
Is he writing it? Because like to me, you can have a great director and a shitty script, and the movie be trash.
So I think it says here that's obedient to the lore of the games, just a different story within that lore, basically. So I did have to look it up. Let me see if it's on IMDb to see like if it has like the, because I know he's
like that's my whole thing with it. Like I mean you can be as
like I want to be cautiously optimistic. He is a
yeah,
writer.
you can be as like
he
excited
is
about it or whatever, but it's the same thing with like I don't know, like War of the Worlds, right? The new World of Worlds movie.
Okay, like we do not
World
count
of Worlds. It's set in World of Worlds. It has the tripods, but it's something really awful.
We do not count World of Worlds. That is like, no. That is
or what's that other one? Battleship. Remember that movie Battleship with Alexander Skarsgård? Based off of the board game. But it's just a generic movie.
That's just stupid. That was just like,
no, I'm just saying, like it's just a generic movie, right? With battleships in it, and it's called Battleship to pull people in. You know what I mean? So like that's what I think of when I hear this. It's like it's not going to be based on anything from the games that you're familiar with. We're writing something completely new.
It's not going to have the characters, but it's going to have. But you can't say it's not based on the games. It's not going to have the characters. So it's like one of those things where it's like I said, I want to see what he's going to come up with, basically, because like I said, I'm fine with seeing new characters as long as it does not destroy anything else from the games. The plot right now on IMDb. Now, Zach Krager is both directing and writing this. All right, so he's both director and writer. So right now we can only take him for what he's saying right now, because it's not going to be released until like next year. So it's 2026. All right, so we haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah.
The storyline follows a hapless courier tasked with delivering a package to a remote hospital. I'm guessing in Raccoon City. He soon finds himself caught in the middle of an outbreak and must fight through hordes of mutated creatures to survive. All right. So.
All right.
I just want to see what I'm trying. I don't want to
give it a chance. Be cautiously optimistic.
I don't want to jump to the conclusion that's going to be shit just because.
No, for me, when I hear something like that, it's like, okay, well, then what's the point of the movie if you're not going to include like some of the character? You can still include like the characters and write a whole different story with the character.
Yeah, not with everything that was shown in the games. It'd be, I think, a little bit difficult for that.
Well, I don't know.
Because they kind of are like, yeah, there's quite a bit shown in the games for each character. So I don't know.
Well, yeah. I'm just like, well, then why call
I'm
it Resident
saying,
Evil?
I'm saying I'm trying to be cautiously optimistic. I don't want to jump the gun and go, oh my god, it's going to be shit because like the director's saying.
I don't think it's going to be shit. I'm just, or I'm not saying that it's going to be shit or anything like that. It's just whenever I read something like that, it's like, okay, well, what's the point in calling it that then if you're just going to change it and do something different? And
did you see the other Resident Evil movies? Yeah, they did that shit already. So it's like,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't seen any of the Resident Evil movies.
Those were Resident Evil in name only. So it's like, and yeah, they're kind of how I put this. They're kind of like love to hate movies, basically, but like like subjective, like like they were very loosely based on Resident Evil. Like I said, they've done that. That's been done before. They've mixed everything. They and those movies basically destroyed canon. Like Alice was, out. Like they basically destroyed. They didn't pay attention at all to anything established in Resident Evil. That's why I'm like, you know what? I want to see what this director is going to do. If he's saying it's going to be the lore, the rules established within the world of Resident Evil, like the actual rules established within Resident Evil. Because those movies went off the fucking rails. Resident Evil movies went off the fucking rails.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I'm like, it's been done before, and that's why I want to be cautiously optimistic.
So if it's been done before, you think that like this director will do it better?
I think because the base of the director of the first movies was one banging Mia Jovovich, who became her husband, basically. So it's like he cast her and everything. So yeah, they went off the rails, and he's not exactly a director that I trusted, at all. Pay attention to any established canon. This one I do trust him, at least right now. At least based on his style, based on the movies he's done that I've seen, I do trust him. So yeah, Paul W.S. Anderson was basically just banging. He banged her, married her, and then cast her in every fucking thing he did. So it's like, yeah.
Super Mara, have you seen? Oh, sorry.
Jason Webster, K-pop Demon Hunters, which I need to find time to sit down and watch. Exorcism Chronicles: The Beginning and Neja 2 are animated feature films, way better than anything Disney has released this year. I believe it. So, yeah, I'm saying like they went off the rails. Like you want to talk completely ignoring everything established within Resident Evil universe. Watch those movies. Yeah, I agree with Trey. Barbarian is close in tone with Resident Evil. So if you watch Barbarian, you'll get a feel for the tone I believe that he'll be doing the Resident Evil movie in. So it was fine. The first Resident Evil movie was fine. I didn't know the games well enough then, so I had no idea how accurate it was. But it was fine. But anyway, yeah, so it's a little bit. I want to be cautiously optimistic. I'm not trying to be have just complete hope in the movie. But like I said, I trust the director, and if he's writing it, I trust him right now. Given what I've seen, I can only go by his word. Until I see anything otherwise, I want to be cautiously optimistic. I don't want to jump to the conclusion that it's going to be crap or bad just because of what a director says. I did watch a trailer for that. Did you see a trailer for this?
No.
Beast of War. It actually looks pretty fucking good. I'll have to play it at the end of the stream.
Speaking of K-pop Demon Hunters, have you watched it?
No, I'm saying I need to find the time to sit down and watch it. I haven't had a chance to watch it. Which studio sold the rights to Netflix and then got the
Yeah. Okay. So Netflix broke its K-pop Demon Hunters. Is number one on Netflix. It's been number one on Netflix for weeks now, and it is a huge hit for them. So much so that they're starting this whole K-pop Demon Hunters franchise, and it's considered their Netflix's version of their own Frozen, which pretty much made Disney billions of dollars. And so this past weekend there were limited screenings of it in theaters. It was on 1,700 screens, and it was a sing-along version. And there's a bunch of videos out there of people at these screenings singing along. And And the box office, Netflix's K-pop Demon Hunter leads with an estimated 18 million debut. Netflix appears to be number 1 in North American charts. K-pop's Demon Hunters sing-along version of the hit animated musical is estimated to have earned 18 million to 20 million on Saturday and Sunday. And this is freaking hilarious considering the fact that Sony sold the rights to K-pop Demon Hunters to Netflix for $20 million. I put this out the other day. The fact that Sony developed and produced this film for $100 million. That's how much it cost to make this film, $100 million. Then they sold the rights to Netflix for $20 million because they didn't have much faith in it. Will forever be a terrible decision. Netflix could have its first number 1 movie at the box office. K-pop Demon Hunter Sing Along is launching in 1,700 theaters, and they also sold out 1,000 of those theaters. So it was such a terrible decision to not have a lot of faith in this movie because it did so well. It also has the soundtrack has been like number 1 for weeks. There's certain songs that are doing really, really well. This is the first girl group, I think, to be on like Billboard or something like that since Destiny's Child. So Netflix is winning and Sony definitely lost big. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, who is making these decisions over at Sony? Because I feel like Sony has made so many terrible decisions when it comes to their IPs. Imagine if they had released this in theaters. I feel like the word of mouth would have been so good that this movie would have made them a lot of money.
Well, that's typically what leads to either the success or failure of movies is word of mouth. So that's why people say wait for the second weekend numbers. It tells the lower the percentage drop, it tells you that the word of mouth was good, basically. Or you don't just pay attention to the weekend 1 box office numbers.
Mm-hmm. Look at this. 1,150 theaters sold out. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sony Pictures Animation produced
so well
the
and has
film.
attractive feminine girls. So yeah.
What?
Like this comment here. How is a movie doing so well when it has attractive feminine girls? I was like, go figure. Go figure.
It says this is also unusual because K-pop Demon Hunters isn't new. The movie debuted on Netflix 2 months ago, but in the time since, it's become the second most watched film ever on the platform. Ever on the platform. While 3 of the film's original tunes, Golden, Your Idol, and Soda Pop, are currently in the top 10 of Billboard's Hot 100 chart, though it's a boom for theaters, painfully slow weekend. That's not why Netflix brought K-pop Demon Hunter to multiplexes. The streaming behemoth is hoping that the excitement will drive fans back to the platform for rewatches, or with an inevitable sequel. Yes, so they're already planning. That's why I say this thing is going to be huge for them. They're considering it their own Frozen, because they're already planning a sequel and they're planning a live action movie of it. I don't think that this should be a live action, but whatever.
I've seen enough clips to have a really big pause to live action, because I've seen the exaggerated expressions and movements and the characters, and that wouldn't work in live action. Keep it animated.
Yeah. So they're already they're already working on a sequel. And I've read that they are working on a live action. What they need to be working on right now, they need to hurry the little butts up, is merchandise. I haven't seen any merchandise for K-pop Demon Hunters. Because I don't think that they expected it to do this well or be such a huge juggernaut of a hit. So they need to hurry up with merchandise. I think it's the same thing with Baby Yoda when that thing came out. They weren't expecting Baby Yoda to be such a hit with fans, that they were 6 months behind in producing merchandise for that little green alien. And so practically
should have been a shish kebab for Rancor, basically.
Yeah, so my whole feed on TikTok and Instagram is nothing but K-pop Demon Hunters, people singing their songs, people what do you call it? Doing their versions of their outfits, doing their hair, doing their nails. Like it's all K-pop demon hunters. So like, yes, for sure, start working on like movies and stuff. But I think that a lot of money is going to be in the merchandise of this film. So they need to start, pushing that out as well.
Yeah, I can see that. Like I said, I need to find the time to sit down and watch it because it's been pretty busy. Because I had finally caught up on Demon Slayer and everything. So
it's so good.
Well, I'm saying like it looks like it's because I love anime and it looks like as weird as it looks in some clips I've seen. It does look like right up my alley because it's. Yeah. I'm not a fan of K-pop, but when you include demons.
I think it's really good. I think 100% it is.
Yeah.
I think like you can find enjoyment in it as a guy because like the story is pretty cool. The music is good too. But it is definitely, I feel like it is definitely like aimed at girls for sure.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
I think you would like it, Mara.
Yeah, I'll try to watch. I'll try to watch it by the end of the week. I'll try at least.
You know what I've been watching?
What?
To sort of balance this out, right? I've been watching Clarkson's Farm. Have you seen that?
No.
I've heard Gary talk about it on Forbidden Frontier like forever. For forever. He's always talking about Clarkson's Farm. And even X-Ray Girl and Disbrew, like they're always talking about Clarkson's Farm. And I was just like, it can't be that good. Everybody praises that show. I'm like, it can't be that good. It's really good. So like when you're done watching this, watch Clarkson's Farm. It's
what
so
streaming
good.
service?
Oh my goodness.
What streaming service is it on? What streaming service?
Amazon.
Amazon? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I know Jeremy Clarkson. I know from like those guys. I'm like, I was like, oh, is that good? Okay.
Yeah. Usually when like people, same thing with K-pop Demon Hunter because like everybody was talking about it. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, Stephanie, you have to watch it. You have to watch it. It's so good. I've been seeing so many people praise it. And I'm like, it doesn't look like my thing. Maybe later. I don't know. And then X-Ray Girl texted me and she's like, have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters yet? I was like, no, I haven't. She's like, you need to see K-pop Demon Hunters. He's like, watch it now. I was like, okay, fine. So I watched it and I loved it.
Yeah.
It was so good. And then like same with Clarkson's Farm. I can see why it's getting so much praise because it is actually really good.
Yeah, I love Jeremy Clarkson. Like I love those guys. Like they are a hoot. But I've not watched Clarkson's Farm. I've not watched that.
Oh, you have to watch it. There's actually like some really good emotional hits in it. I actually
Top Gear guys. Yeah.
Yeah, there were some really emotional parts in it. I actually started crying. Like I was bawling at one point, and I was like, "Oh my god!" A little difficult to watch, but it was good.
Right. The last thing I have, and like I said, I can play the trailer for Beast of War because it actually looks really good. Is this? There's share the screen because they changed the shits. All right, so Austin Butler was asked if he would ever play James Bond. All right. Now, normally when actors are asked if they would play a role, most of the time he gets, "Oh yeah, I would like if they approach me, I would love to play that role." Blah 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 blah. They would give a spiel like that, basically that they would be honored to take on the role if they would be asked. But Austin Butler, when asked about that, actually said no. The Oscar nominee admitted it would be kind of sacrilegious for him to play the British M16 agent as a California-born and raised actor, despite his willingness to work with his Dune Part 2 director, Denis Villeneuve. Again, fucking French. Yeah, no calls as far as that goes, but I love that man. Would I play James Bond? I don't think that would be a good idea because I'm an American. I can do an accent, but that would be kind of sacrilegious. Butler continued, "Those movies meant so much to me, but I think it's got to be somebody who is from England." And then he followed it up with, "On the other hand, villain? That would be all right. I would do that."
Yeah.
So, and he's basically coming out and saying, "Yeah, no, because I'm an American. James Bond is a British character, and it should be played by an actual British actor."
Absolutely. Like it's traditionally played by a British actor. It's like it's like a It's like asking an American if they want to be like the next Doctor Who.
Yeah.
You know, some things
Yeah.
are just culturally British, culturally based on UK, on British culture, and like that's totally fine. I see a lot of people like getting upset, like, well, how come British actors can play American roles? They absolutely can, but this is something that is based within British culture. This is like traditionally.
I would say,
British
like, you know,
thing.
it's one thing for British actors to take, like, you know, play American characters that, like, but like those characters aren't necessarily established IP characters per se, necessarily. All, like, you know, at least typically. This case, James Bond, like those started out as novels. Like that is an established character through the world building of Ian Fleming. All right, so that is full on a British character, and it's become ingrained in the actual British culture ever since. Can't say the same thing for like roles taken by British actor, like playing American characters in America. Like that has been those roles really aren't not every role is ingrained in American culture.
Yeah,
it just happens to be a British.
Culture. Yeah, this is British culture.
So, like, you know, it's like, you know, for example, Andrew Lincoln. All right, I didn't know he was actually a Brit. I mean, I didn't, you know, I had seen, what's that movie? That's like the movie that's set on like Valentine's, or what is it? That ensemble movie has Hugh Grant in it and so forth, Keira Knightley. I saw that movie, but I never really paid. Love Actually, thank you, Dan. Love Actually. I had seen Love Actually, but I never really paid attention to Andrew Lincoln, like his character. I watched the movie, but I never really paid attention to it. All right, but then like Andrew Lincoln was cast as, cast in Walking Dead. All right.
Mm-hmm.
He's able to do a Southern accent, and I was like, you know what? I'm fine. Because, you know, it wasn't, Walking Dead was not ingrained in the American culture.
Right.
It was like, you know, it was an established IP, but it wasn't culture. It wasn't American culture. James Bond is. Like, James Bond is a pure, like, full on, again, British culture.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, also Butler saying that would be sacrilegious for me to play this character.
I actually think that them saying that is really good, right? Because a lot of times when actors take roles, like let's say the guy that's playing Severus Snape right now, right? A lot of times we're always saying like he shouldn't have taken the role. Why did he even take the role? He's not fit for the part. You know, and you have that fan sort of outcry of the actor should have never taken the role. It doesn't matter. And for people not like praising this and saying like, oh my gosh, they're actually listening. They're you know, seeing that this is traditionally British and I wouldn't be a right fit for this role. They should be commended for that. You know, it's like, good job, good on you, well done. Like you're actually seeing this, and if you're what do you call it? If you're offered the role, like you're ready and willing to turn it down because you know that you wouldn't be a right fit. What's his other that other guy? What's the other guy's name?
Glenn Powell, who says like, you know,
Glenn
Texans
Powell said the same thing.
Yeah, a Texan shouldn't play James Bond.
Yeah, Glenn Powell said the same thing. Like he was like, I'm Texan. A Texan couldn't play James Bond. You know, Glenn Powell might be incredibly popular right now, and his career is, you know, up and coming, and people like him. He's very likable, but he knows like I wouldn't be able to play that role. I'm not British. That is a traditionally British character. You know, I would think like the people who live in the UK would probably have a huge problem with an American playing.
Well, even like
James Bond,
Mad Max, like this is like, you know, outside of Britain, but Mad Max Fury Road, basically. All right, Mad Max, that IP is an Australian, like a established Australian IP, basically, because where it was filmed and like the actors and so forth, basically. And when Mad Max Fury Road came out and Tom Hardy was cast as the Mad Max character, it pissed, like, you know, Mad Max isn't, like, you know, I would say also Australian culture. He was like, you know, he moved to the US at a young age, but he was born in Australia. So he is Australian. So like he's Australian descent. So yeah, he was Australian. But it is Australian culture. And when Tom Hardy, a Brit, was cast as Mad Max, Australians hated that. Like they hated that. So. And it's just, yeah, no. But like, now you get this where he's saying, yeah, I'm not British. I shouldn't be tapped to play this role. So but there it is. So I think there's one like positive, at least positive coming out of Hollywood, where an actor is saying, yeah, no, or at least another actor is saying no. Like even if I was asked, I would turn it down. So, but anyway, here, chat. Let me just see if I can find. I'll play through YouTube. I get hit. Fuck, YouTube is gonna fucking hit me regardless. But Calaman showed me this last night. All right. I'll just play this one here. Okay, take this back. Share the screen real fast. All right, so here you go, chat. I'm actually intrigued by this movie. So this is Beast of War. Okay.
Pretty soon, you boys will be sailing into war. And in that place, there's only you and your mates.
Watch Abomination. Australia 1942, basically. So their ship, was destroyed. And now they're basically stranded in the ocean.
Every hour we drift further away from where they'll be looking.
What the hell was that?
This looks pretty graphic.
Never seen a shark like that before.
There's dozens of dead bodies out there for it to munch on.
He's gonna die. Shut up, this.
On the battlefield, there's only you and your mates. All you've got are your mates.
She'll be back.
Yeah. So yeah. So it's inspired by actual events, and it's basically a survival movie out in the ocean.
That looks terrifying, but it looks so good. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it based off of that real shark attack story?
Which one? Talking about the one told in Jaws?
No. Oh my gosh!
I'm not sure which shark attack story you're talking about, because it's based on like World War II. Like, an incident that happened in World War II. So. Well, I told you about it, Trey, but Cowman showed it. Yeah, the Bayou. So. Cool.
Oh my gosh! It was like this famous story. The survivors of the survivors of the USS Indianapolis.
That's a story from Jaws.
That's not Jaws story.
Yeah, that's what he was telling.
No, that's the story that the guy tells in Jaws. That's
I know. I'm saying when I said the Jaws story, that's what I'm talking about. One that's
I thought you meant like the story of Jaws. I was like,
no.
Jaws is based off of that one bull shark that went up and down.
No, I'm saying the story in Jaws, basically, where like
Oh,
Robert
okay.
Shaw is talking about the
Yeah,
USS
that one.
Indianapolis. No, this is a different one.
Oh, okay.
This is a different one. I think it's a different one. It's similar though, but it's different.
Yeah.
So
That
well, he's
looks
more
pretty
Australian than Tom Hardy. But still, Mad Max was basically Australian culture. So when Tom Hardy was cast, it pretty much pissed off a lot of people. Yeah. So, but it looks really interesting. It looks really
scary.
interesting. So, do you want to watch the trailer for The Bayou before we wrap it up?
Yeah.
All right. This movie looks like I might watch this on Hulu at some point because it's on Hulu right now. But it looks like a trip. I didn't realize it was released in theaters. Like if it was like a very limited release. All right, so I'll show this basically. All right, The Bayou. I didn't like if it was released. It was very limited. So.
Today's destination is Florida. We're going to be flying real low and hugging the coast, so you can see the wetlands in all its glory.
Did you visit the wetlands at all in Florida?
No.
Yeah. This is where this is set.
In Florida?
Yeah.
Isn't the bayou in Louisiana?
No, this is like the what like I think it's like this is where, I don't know.
Are they gonna have alligators? Lots of
Yeah.
alligators.
Yeah.
Entire U.S.
And we are out of luck for signal.
No one's coming. No one knows that we're here. Guys, look. It's a cabin. That'll give us a vantage point. At least we can see what's coming.
I think it's Florida because of what happens or what they find. So yeah. So look. So this is a creature feature.
We're outgunned, outnumbered.
The cabin is safe, but we have no food, so it's either stay here and die or try to survive.
There's been rumors. Gators acting strange. Strange attack habits.
Oh my god.
Out to kill,
The hell is this?
not just to eat.
This must be what's making them go crazy.
The cocaine gator, basically.
Oh shit!
Meth gator. Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh my god!
I watched a trailer for this, and I was like, "Let me see if this is worth watching on Hulu." Yeah.
They stare you in the eye. Don't try and hold your ground. Just run. Don't look back. This is what you want, right?
What a
I don't know
fucking
what you
idiot.
expect. I don't know what she expected there.
What
like
an
the
idiot.
like the gator was going to let her put the egg down and nod and just leave. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, is this what you want? The gator doesn't fucking understand you. He's gonna kill you.
I know.
When I saw that in the trailer, I was like, are you shitting me? Like, she actually thinks this gator's gonna understand her. So, but I'm like, you know what? It piqued my interest enough that I was like, you know what? I'm like, for shits and giggles, I'm going to watch it. I'm definitely looking forward to Beast of War. So yeah. And I'm going to try to watch K-pop Demon Hunters this week at some point. It's on Hulu right now. It's on Hulu. So if you have a Hulu account, you can watch it through there.
The way Mara said Hulu.
Hulu. Hulu. So I believe it. Florida is like there's no way to describe Florida. Anyway. So So, you know what, Jason? I still want to visit your country because you sent the Australian $5. I still want to visit your country, even though everything about in your country could potentially kill me.
Yes, it is. The saltwater crocodile is humongous.
Yeah, but I was like,
It is gigantic.
I wouldn't mess with either one, because if you look at them, crocs and alligators, they don't look like they could be fast, but they're fucking fast on land. So they're fucking fast on land. But you know what actually is clocked to be the fastest land animal, Steph? You wouldn't think, but it's actually more dangerous and clocked faster. Actually, yeah. Hippos have been known to kill gators.
Hippos are dangerous.
Yeah, and you wouldn't think, but you wouldn't think to look at them, but they're actually pretty damn fast. So, but anyway, that's all I got, chat. I didn't have a chance to talk to you, Steph, before the stream, but if you want to have a solo talk nerdy next week, it's up to you, because next Sunday, sorry, next week is Clash in Paris, the wrestling event Clash in Paris. Now, Clash in Paris event is in the early afternoon, but I won't be able to watch it when it's live, so I'm going to watch the replay later. But I'm also going to be on Cowman's channel next Sunday, talking Caught Stealing, the Austin Butler movie that's coming out this weekend, which looks interesting. Have you seen the trailer for that?
No, but she's going to be on Cowman's channel. I'm going to skip Talk Nerdy. That's fine. Whatever.
I would be skipping Talk Nerdy to watch the wrestling event.
Whatever.
Whatever. Here, I'll show you the trailer for Caught Stealing, woman.
I don't want to see the trailer.
Yeah, well, you're going to watch it, whether you like it or not. All right, ready? Speaking of Austin Butler. Okay, it actually looks pretty wild. I'm going to sail the seas for it initially, and if it's good, I might see it in theaters. But here.
What the hell happened?
So last call. Drink them if you got them.
Let's go back to your place and you can take advantage of my poor judgment.
I depend on your poor judgment.
I want to know if I can take this seriously.
What do you need to take us seriously?
Come on, kids, get a room.
Sorry, Miss Kitty.
Oi! What the fuck are you doing, geezer? Is that the best you can do? I've got to fly back to London. I need you to take care of my cat.
I like cats.
I like dogs. Hey, is Russ home? Who are you? What's the baby, man?
Whoa.
Who did this to you?
La pistola. Either I get what I want or my pistol stuck from me.
These guys you messed up with, they're scary monsters.
I don't know anything.
Sweeping the fucking edge, you swat. What the fuck?
Oh, I like him. Matt Smith.
Welcome to Narnia.
Should I stay or should I go?
How much is there?
Over 4 million. Shit. Everyone gets a cut. The Russians, the Puerto Ricans, the Hebrews.
What the fuck are you doing? Oh.
So what happens to me?
You're fucked.
You run away from what you're afraid of, then it owns you.
Buckle your seatbelt.
Should I stay or should I go?
What the fuck is going on? Either we go deeper or pick it up.
I don't want out.
Should I stay or should I go?
I need to know that you're a guy that can take care of his shit.
Asshole!
I can handle it. I don't suppose you're Jewish, are you?
Eat, skinny boy.
Either you're gonna upset her.
It looks so...
I like you, Hank.
It just looks like a trip.
It looks
like
good. Yeah.
So I'll be watching that movie. I guess as long as it's entertaining, I'll be fine. Anyway, chat. But yeah, so like I said, it's up to Steph because next week I was asked to be on a stream, and there is there is Clash in Paris pay-per-view, which I would be watching anyway in the evening because I wouldn't be able to watch it live because of D&D and stuff.
Chat, are we gonna have another Steph unsupervised one again? Let's go.
Yeah, Steph unsupervised telling lies about me. You know they come into my chat and just like throw you under the bus. You have to realize that.
Yeah, it's not that they're lies; it's that you don't want to admit that they're truths.
But they throw you under the bus. Like every stream I do, like Steph said this, Steph said this.
Of course. I know that they do that. That's why I say those truths that I say.
You're sure.
She knows that they're truths.
Well, I'll be on Calman's channel doing a review stream for Caught Stealing. So yes, I'll be watching it and talking with Calman, Trey, and Mr. T, and I guess whomever is on the stream and talking about that movie. Oh, I know she did. People in the chat, people came into my chat, and it's like, Steph called you a lesbian.
Mara's not a lesbian. She has a boyfriend.
So, but anyway.
That's who keeps texting her.
But Steph, let everybody know where they can find you this week, what you have coming up, and all that fun stuff. Shut up, last email. No.
Nerdy news. And if I can find some stuff to talk about, TikTok talks this week. But I don't know. We'll see about TikTok. I kind of want to do those every other week. And considering I've like done 3 TikTok streams, I might need a break. But yeah, possible TikTok stream and then nerdy news. And then I'll be on a Film Threat tomorrow. For Versus. Yeah.
Cool.
And then G&G Daily on Wednesday morning. That's where you can find me.
Yeah. Okay. And as far as me this week, whatever streams I do this week is going to be entirely gaming streams because I finished The Two Towers. I'll be taking a break from The Lord of the Rings to read scary stories beginning in September, leading up to essentially Halloween. So basically for the next 2 months, roughly, I'll be reading scary stories for the reading streams, but I'll be taking a week off next week or this coming week before then to give my voice a little bit of a rest. I'll be playing Obscure. So whatever streams I do this week will be a gaming stream. So we'll see how far I get in Obscure. The only day this week is a 50-50 for me as far as streaming right now would be Friday because my brother texted earlier this evening asking if any of us us siblings wanted to go see Weapons because he's wanted to see Weapons this weekend. And I'm like, sure, you give me show times. If I can do it, if I can swing it, I'll go see Weapons with you. But I won't know that. Until Wednesday when the show times officially change or alter, so he knows what show times he's going to go to. If I get gifted Obscure 2 on Steam, then it'll be whenever I guess finish Obscure. But right now I'm playing Obscure. I just finished Silent Hill 2 not too long ago, so we'll see. But yeah, so Friday is basically a 50-50 essentially right now because I won't know until Wednesday what show times my brother is planning on going to see Weapons. And Saturday might be a watch party. I don't know. We'll see. Well, depends. It depends on how I feel because this week is going to be a little bit of big cleanup prior to whatever renovations are going to happen a little bit around here. So, but that's it for this week, ladies and gentlemen. And then again, if Steph so chooses to be unsupervised and uncensored and basically all around unhinged next week, and she chooses to do Talk Nerdy on her channel, that'll be the case. Or she'll play Peek again with this brew and then eat him as a chicken. So we'll see.
That was the best.
Yeah, so I think you should do that again. To get to the point where just do a long Peek stream and get to a point
that took a while because we started the game over towards the end and it took about maybe 30-40 minutes for him to turn into a chicken finally. That took a minute. Took a minute.
Because Battlefield 6 doesn't come out until October 10th, so it's you have to find things to play in the meantime until Battlefield 6 drops officially in October. But yeah, that is it, chat, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope you enjoyed this stream. Like I said, I'll be live tomorrow playing more Obscure on my YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. So looking forward to seeing you all there. And then, yeah, pretty much gaming streams this week until next week when I begin the reading streams again, reading the Hellbound Heart, which is what Hellraiser is based off of. Okay, everyone, have a good rest of your day or evening, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you all tomorrow, early evening, Eastern Time. And I know Raw starts early. It starts at 3 p.m. my time tomorrow, so I'll try to be watching it live tomorrow. But I'll see you all tomorrow evening, YouTube, Kick, and Twitch for some more Obscure. Peace.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
What?
Oh my god. Oh my god, that was close. Mara. Oh no!
Oh my god, are you okay?
Mara, what channel is the stream on?
Mine!
You rampant slag.